This is awkward. I don't know what to do. Okay, so yeah. Hey guys, I know it's been a really long time. I'm sorry. I was away, of course. I was doing university, exams, projects, stuff, and I just really didn't have time to film. When I was alone, it was like midnight, so no time to film, no light to film. So, and like today, I'm not sure this is a good lighting. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, but anyways, today we are going to, I am going to review A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. I read this book like in 5-6 hours last night. I was in a blast, and I really love. It's so shiny. I really love it. So, for those of you who don't know who Tahereh Mafi is or what this book is about, well, I mean, we can be friends, but I'm gonna have to educate you from a really far history. Anyways, this book is about a young girl who is named Shireen. Yeah, but it's pronounced like Shireen, so it's like Shireen, I guess. Because I think that I'm saying Shireen and it's not right, so I probably should be saying Shireen. But I'm really not sure. I'm sorry if I butcher her name. But the girl, she is living from house to house in the United States because her parents are following the biggest job opportunity for them to have a bigger house, better quality of life, because they are all Persians and they are Muslim. And this is happening right after 9/11. So tensions are all over the place, and especially for her, since she is wearing the hijab, I don't know how to say it. I'm really sorry with all the names, but she's wearing the headscarf, and it's basically, she's like a human target to the world, to people who are really angry at those people at the time. So she's really having a tough time while being like just every normal kid that there is at the school. And at the beginning of the story, she enters a new school and she has to survive there, basically. She meets this guy named Ocean, and yeah, Ocean, what kind of a name is that? We don't really know. But anyways, he starts to befriend her, and she's like, wait, he's not really my friend. He doesn't want to be my friend. He's just there to, I don't know, to study me, to know what I look like, but he's not going to be my friend. And she really has a negative opinion of other people, especially white people, because she always assumes that they are going to do bad things. She is not wrong, but not everybody is bad. Let's talk about the writing style. At first, I was really scared of reading this book. I was really happy that she had made another book, because Tahereh Mafi is my ultimate favorite author in the whole wide world. But I really am in love with the Shadow Me series, and I was just so afraid that I would just see all of her writing style in this book and just not be able to separate Shadow Me from this book. And that's why I haven't read furthermore yet, but I will. But I was really surprised by the writing style. It didn't look at all like Juliet's, and I was really surprised that it really did feel like a completely different author. And I love that, actually, because I was able to really put myself through Shireen's point of view without thinking at all about Juliet. So that was really nice. Oh yeah, disclaimer, I'm really sorry, but I'm making a lot of references to the Shadow Me series, but it's just that it's been with me for forever, and it's my go-to reference when I'm talking about Tahereh Mafi's books. So if you haven't read them, I'm really sorry, but yeah. The only parts where I recognized her writing style was when there were big emotional scenes where she was really scared, or she was really hurting. The spicy scenes. Also, I could really see her writing style come up a bit because of how it made me feel. I don't know how to explain it. It's the feeling, and when I started reading these scenes, I recognized Mafi's writing style, and I just really loved it. And yeah, I'm really impressed also about how, well, I shouldn't be impressed by it, but like, I really love that it was just a really plain contemporary novel where there weren't any magic, any powers, because I was so used to the Tahereh Mafi series where you have all of these powers, incredible stuff is happening all the time, but in this world it's a plain normal world, and I don't usually love these kind of books, but this one I just fell in love with it. And well, I didn't fall in love with the world, but I fell in love with how it was written. Shireen was such an interesting character because at the very, very beginning of the story, you totally understand why she's so angry about everything. And you're not really mad at her for being mad at everybody. I don't know if this makes any sense, but what I mean is that everybody, well, not everybody, but most people are really, really mean at her, and so she's just being mean back at them. So at the beginning, I totally like understand why she's being that way, although I was not. Oh my god, I look so dead. Jesus. I'm really sorry for that ugly face, but please try to ignore those big bags under my eyes for the rest of the video. Thank you. Not that I wasn't supportive of it, but I was just like, I'm sure there's other ways to cope with this problem. Somehow. Towards the end, well, not towards the end, but like throughout the book, she really changes her attitudes and her judgments about other people, especially white people, and it was really, really interesting to see that not only others should change, but you can see that you can change yourself by changing the way you look at life. And it was really, really interesting that the boy, I don't remember his name, but I think it was like Benji. I'm sure he was not that. Bijan, oh wow, I was not close at all. Bijan was really, really interesting when he talked to Shireen about how he used to hate the world and that it was only consuming him and all of his energy to just hate everything. And it was really interesting to see that they could relate to a level that I could never. And well, I don't want to relate on a level like that, but I mean, it was interesting to see that she was not alone in this world and that she wasn't alone to feel this way. It was also really, really interesting to see Bijan really, really, I don't know, opening himself to her that bluntly, because he just said like, yeah, I used to be like really, really mad all the time and now I'm not and I feel so much better, so you just should not do it. And I was like, wow, that's blunt and that's really courageous. And yeah, Naveed was an interesting character. I don't really know how to say it. I would say that he's more like a overprotective but not really big brother. I don't really know how to say that because he was really, really protective when all of the... No, I shouldn't say that. Is it a spoiler? When things start to go downhill with Shireen, Naveed is really, really a good big brother. He really helps her and supports her. Their parents were weird. Well, not weird. It's probably the culture and I probably don't understand it properly to judge how they live. But I was just so confused about how they cared so much about the evening meal to eat all together, but they just don't care about anything they do, but they care about having them eating a meal all the time well, not all the time, but like every day, eating the meal all together, no cell phone, no anything. But they don't ask questions about their life. They just don't seem to care. And I thought it didn't really match up together to just care so much about being around them for like an hour and a half and just don't ask any important questions. Well, not important questions, but like basic questions. So, how was your day? How was school? Are you sure you're fine? You know, stuff like that. I mean, I know that they went through war, but it doesn't mean that what your child is going through isn't bad, isn't like something to care about. I don't know if I'm being clear about this, but like, she's being bullied, and because you went to war, you think that it's okay? That I didn't really understand. Because like, yes, I know being bullied is less grave than having to go to war, but it doesn't mean that it's right. Yes, no, I don't know. Ocean was such a beautiful, charming, loving character. I loved him so much. And it's really, really funny because he didn't make me think at all about any of the Shadow Me characters, well, in The Boys. And it was really, really interesting to see because he was not at all like Aaron. And like, I love them both so much, so much. Well, I think I love Aaron a bit more, but that is for another story to tell. But yeah, I really, really love Ocean. He was just so, well, he was nice, but he was just so blind to things in a way. It was beautiful in a way, but it was also naive in a way because he just didn't understand at all what would happen if they started to date and to publicly be together. And he just really, really, I'm surprised that he didn't react to any of what was happening. Like, he was, well, he said it didn't matter, but I'm sure it mattered to him because to be thrown into that kind of world, into that kind of judgmental people, it's not easy to do so. It's not easy to be judged by everyone who you thought were your friends, your family, your coach. I don't know. But yeah, I loved him so much. And every time they I just love him so much. And I'm sad about well, I'm not sad about the ending, but I would have wanted more. But I always want more from Tahereh Mafi, so it's fine. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. It is going into my favorites because this book was just so, it was a beautiful love story, but it was also just so illuminating? No, that's not a word. It really, really opened my eyes to a culture that I really, really didn't know anything about. And I wasn't racist. I just really was not educated enough to know about that culture and to know why she wears the hijab. It was really, really interesting. I know that not everybody wears it for that reason, but to know that there's a different reason for everybody is really, really interesting. And to know more about the culture throughout the book was really, really, really nice. To know more about the religion, it was really, really nice. I just didn't know anything about that. And to put it in a book like that, it's just really interesting because it's not like, how can I say that? It's not like a big Q&A, like you just learn things that you always wondered, but it's given to you in a way that it's not like aggressive. I don't know how to say, I don't want to say aggressive, but I mean, like, I don't want to go ask people these kind of questions because I'm too scared that they will just be like, well, why would you ask me something like that? Don't you know? Or things like that. And I'm not comfortable asking people these kind of questions, and to have them in a book, it's really, really nice. I will most likely read Furthermore in the next couple of weeks because I have to. It's so good, but is it a trilogy or a series? Because I don't have Witchwood right now, so if I start reading Furthermore, I'm gonna have to buy Witchwood, and it's not, I don't have that money right now, so I might put Furthermore on hold for a little while, and I'm gonna read more of my TBR books. All of these beautiful books are still not read, and it's a mistake. I have to read them, so after I edit this video, I'm going to go read some more if I have time before I go to work, but I doubt it. So that was it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too long, but I just had so many things to say about this book because it was so amazing. If you have read it, tell me down below what you thought of it. If you haven't read it, are you going to? I would be really interested to know. And yeah, I will see you soon in another video. Goodbye.
De la tierra morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito